The Bundle of Sticks. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village surrounded by green fields and tall trees, there lived an old farmer named Keshav. He had 3 sons, all strong and healthy, but they constantly fought with each other. Even over the smallest matters, like who would fetch water, who would feed the animals, or who would take care of the crops, they argued loudly. Their fights became so frequent that the neighbors began to complain. The old farmer was worried. He knew that a divided family can never prosper, and if his sons continued to fight, they would ruin their future. He loved his sons deeply and wanted them to understand the value of unity, cooperation, and peace. One evening, when the sun was slowly setting behind the hills and the birds were returning to their nests, Keshav called his sons to sit beside him. His face looked tired, but his eyes were full of wisdom. "My sons," he said gently, "I have grown old. I may not live long. Before I leave this world, I want you to learn an important lesson." The sons looked at one another, curious. What lesson could their father possibly teach them now? Keshav stood up slowly and went inside the hut. A moment later, he returned holding a thick bundle of sticks. The sticks were tied tightly together with a strong rope. He placed the bundle on the ground and said, "I want each of you to try and break this bundle." The eldest son stepped forward confidently. He picked up the bundle, tried twisting it, bending it, pressing it with all his strength, but the bundle would not break. After several attempts, he finally gave up. Then came the second son. He too tried hard, using both hands and even placing the bundle against his knee for extra strength, but the bundle remained firm and unbroken. The youngest son laughed proudly. "Let me show you how it's done." He grabbed the bundle, tried hitting it against a rock, twisting it in every direction, but still it wouldn't break. All 3 sons stood frustrated and confused. Their father smiled softly. "Now untie the bundle," he instructed. The sons untied the rope and the sticks fell apart, scattering on the ground. "Now," said Keshav, "pick up a stick each and break it." This time it was easy. Each son broke his stick without any effort. Crack! The sound echoed lightly across the courtyard. Keshav looked at his sons and said, "Do you see? When the sticks were tied together, no one could break them. But when they were separated, each stick became weak and easy to break." He continued, his voice filled with emotion. "My children, this is how life is. If you stay united, no one can harm you. You will be strong and successful. But if you keep fighting and live separately, you will become weak, and the world will break you easily. Remember, unity is your greatest strength." The sons bowed their heads in shame. They finally understood the deep meaning behind their father's lesson. They realized how foolish they had been, fighting over small things. From that day onwards, the 3 brothers stopped arguing. They worked together on their farm, helped one another, and lived with peace and love. Their fields began to flourish, their home became happier, and the villagers admired their unity. And the old farmer, seeing his sons living together in harmony, felt at peace. Moral of the story: unity is strength. When we stand together, no difficulty is strong enough to break us. But when we fight among ourselves, even the smallest problem can defeat us.